Hello, kids. Uncle Pete here. Monday morning, getting started here. Looking forward to a positive, uplifting week. This message is for the kids. You're young. You wound up in sales. You may be asking yourself, how did I get here? Some of you may be saying to yourself, my God, what have I done? I remember when I graduated college and I told my father I got a job, he was really excited. And up until I told him I was working for Electrolux, going door to door selling vacuum cleaners, and grabbed his hat, threw it down on the kitchen floor, and got very, very upset that he had had a son who was in sales. Now, my daddy was an operating engineer, blue-collar worker, union guy, nuts and bolts, salt of the earth. But one thing my father had was get up and go and drive, and I inherited that from him. And since I was a teenager, I had always been looking to see, well, my parents didn't give me an allowance, you know. What, are you kidding me? I mean, I wish. If they had been kinder to me financially, there's no telling where I'd be today. But I'm in sales too and have been for over 30 years. I stopped counting after 30 years. So what I wanted to share with you right now is that you may be, feeling a bit of pressure. You're working for a company, selling a product you don't know too much about. You're giving it your best effort by explaining the product. You've been to product training and you know the product inside and out, or the service or the policy or the business or whatever. They put all these thoughts in your brain and they taught you how to speak them or text them, right? But let's not kid each other, all right? There's a considerable distance between you and another human being because you're frightened, okay? The fear of the unknown. So what I want to do is I want to take you under my wing. Uncle Pete loves you, okay? He does. He knows what you're going through because I've been there, all right? Now, sales and the success of it has little to do with sales technique, okay? It has a lot to do with the business that you're in and the company you're working for, all right? So relax. A lot of what's going wrong with sales right now for you is not your fault, okay? Anyone in business who's succeeded has had to negotiate, all right? That's what you want to be. You want to be a conversationalist and a negotiating, I was going to say a negotiatingist, but I don't know if that's a word or not. But one thing for sure, you got to know the shot before you send a text or say hello, my name is, okay? That's where you're going wrong, and that builds pressure. Right? Because when you don't know what to say next other than explaining the product that you're selling or the service or the company you work for and how darn great it is, that does not make for good conversation with strangers. All right? You want to get people to pay attention to you right away, and that's a struggle for you because you're new. You're young. You don't have life experience. You can't pull experience and make conversation ad hoc on the fly with people because you just don't have the library of experience to pick and choose from. So you're at a disadvantage. The other disadvantage is that crazy script they gave you at corporate sales training. All right? The one that goes into this catch at a good time and this is a cold call, so put away your helmet. Everything's going to be okay. That goofy stuff. I don't know what they call it, but it's certainly not a catalyst for conversation. I want to make things simple for you. I want to take you under my wing. You don't have to know everything about the product or service you're selling. You don't. As a matter of fact, the only thing you really need to know is how to open the conversation, explain the reason for your call, make sure you're talking to the right person, and then close for their attention at an appointed time. When you change some of the words that you're speaking, it has an effect on the other person you're talking to. Only today, you don't get a lot of time to say what's on your mind to a sales prospect. You got to cut to the chase quick, or they get bored. All right? You're not going to make any money putting people to sleep, I assure you. So, to that end, the Gold Call Show up on YouTube is something I put together to help people understand the art of conversation. And most importantly, starting conversation. Okay? Whatever you're doing to start conversation now is wrong. It's triggering the filter. Okay? They've heard it before. Everybody's using the same opening. We've got to transition to something that's a lot more effective and a lot less complicated. That's where Uncle Pete is going to help you. Let's not overcomplicate this first chance encounter with a sales prospect over the phone, in person, or through text messaging, social media, and that sort of thing. All right? Okay. Let me calm down. I get so passionate about this. I just don't want any of you to screw up like I did. During my early years in sales, it was all presentation selling, all pushing information, trying to convince people that I had something of value. And if they didn't share in that value, I became very frustrated. That's not a good thing, right? When you're frustrated, you're not a good negotiator. I want you to concentrate on the fact that you are negotiating for other people's attention. And you gotta do it like that, or everything after that is a struggle. All right, well, I can go on and on and on and on, but you get the idea. All right, so if you want to hook up, join, get together, and make friends with Uncle Pete, I got your best interests at heart. I'm telling you. Let's open up the door and take another perspective view of the sales profession and start thinking of ways where we can make it less complicated, less stressful, and more profitable. Sound like a good idea to you? I hope so. You're in sales now. It's time to get to work. All right, this is Uncle Pete, the gold caller, your friend in the business, saying so long for now, and until our paths cross again. Happy hunting! Keep on hunting, you. Keep hunting.